I want to hear you, but I want to know something. This room right here, right now, this group of people, I'd like to know if there's anyone there who's happy to be alive tonight, okay? Yes? That's powerful. That's powerful, you know? I want you to know, you might forget about this show, you might forget exactly what happened. It's going to be, I don't know, tomorrow what's going to happen. I want you to know something. When you go home and you're trying to fall asleep and you're trying to figure out the tough questions of the night, I want you to know something, that today in Santa Ana we learned that there was a whole group of people in one room who were happy to be alive tonight. I want you to remember that noise that you guys made when you're asking yourselves these questions.
But I want you to know, it's like, you know, as much as we're having fun up here, sometimes life really sucks. And I know when we're all together, we're jumping around having a good time. I want you to know when you're by yourself and you're in your room and it's hard for you to sleep or whatever's going on, you're not alone. People are going through a bunch of crap. So just know, as a community of people in this field right now, you guys are all struggling with stuff, and so are we, and let's just celebrate that. How about that, huh? Cool.
To our fans, I guess it goes without saying we wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. I'm always trying to find different ways of saying that, because I feel like it feels redundant and, I don't know, oversaturated and not exactly communicating. Or maybe it is exactly what we're trying to say, but it's just said a lot. I don't know, you hear bands and artists talk about, like, we wouldn't be here without you, but I can think of specific moments and details of why we wouldn't be here without you guys.
Never forget to start over. Please never forget. You can start over if you need. Doesn't matter what you've done.
You got people around you who are going through stuff, okay? I'm going through stuff, okay? We're going through stuff. We're trying to figure it out. Sometimes we feel like we're not allowed to talk about it, but I'm telling you what, there's people that are killing themselves, there's people struggling. You're not alone, okay? I'm telling you, I don't have anything else to tell you other than you're not alone, and I hope you remember that after tonight. We got one
And bring him up on stage. I want you to know that we are absolutely honored to call someone like you and everyone else in here fans of ours. So thank you so much.
This life and the things around it are always going to try to, like, hammer into you that you're worthless and you haven't accomplished anything today and you are a failure, and like all of it, whether it's just me or if it's just the world around me, and the more roadblocks you can put in front of that thing that's constantly trying to hammer into your head that you're worth nothing, the more roadblocks you put up, the better.
whatever baggage, whatever thing you're going through right now, whatever you brought into this building today, I want you to know that you can use this show, you can use this music to leave it all here and leave a little lighter.
I want to tell you that I know that you have the ability to hurt yourself. You do have that ability. I feel like a lot of the older generation, when they hear about someone struggling with it, their first reaction is like, no, you're not. You're not struggling with that. Don't think about that. Think about something else. You're just trying to get attention. I recognize that. But let's take that energy and let's point it at something else. Let's divert that. Let's kind of shift momentum and look at something like art or something like this music specifically, or even point it at me. Just point it anywhere, but just don't point it at yourself. And I'm not a professional when it comes to this topic, but I write songs, and I feel like someone should say something about it.
Thank you!
You guys will never know how much you truly mean to each of us. I wish we could individually talk about what we're going eventually. But I want you to know about whatever you're passionate about, whatever fires you up, somehow figure out how to make that impact people. And things just start to get easier when you're living for other people. So I just wanted to share that with you guys.
I feel like our generation of people, we struggle with some things. We struggle with a lot of suicide and depression. And not that I claim to be any sort of professional opinion on those topics. But what I found out is those two issues are really centered around the idea of purpose. What's the purpose? Like, what's the point? We have a lot of questions, big questions, right? And we don't have the answers to those questions, and that can really discourage us as young kids that are wanting answers to questions. So I found out, it's like, well, how can I create purpose for myself? Because I feel like if I had purpose, I'd be able to conquer these two things. And I found through art that you can create the beginning of purpose for you. Not all of purpose, because that's just such a huge thing. But the beginning of purpose can be found by creating something that only you understand. For example, in your darkest hour, when you're trying to figure out whether or not it's worth it to stay alive or just to give up, if you have something that you've created and you know that you're the only person on this earth that can explain that thing, then that can be the thing that you hold on to, and that can be the thing that can help you get through that moment of your darkest hour, I like to call it.
You made it, my friends. You made it. You made it. Now you didn't just make it to the end of the show, but you made it here. You made it to the show. You made it to today. You made it to tonight. And I want you to know that that's what we're celebrating here, is you made it. So thank you so much for coming and making this a special show for us. The phrase is this. I couldn't stop saying it all day. Anyone I saw, they just said, "What do you think of this, man?" I just said, "We did it." Listen. Every single one of you that listen to me say that right now, you can yell afterwards. This is a celebration. We did it!
I want you to know something. If you, I know this is like trying to get to a serious moment, but if you got anything you're going through this week, this month, this year, it's just really sucked, I want you to know that you're surrounded by people who are going through stuff as well, and I hope that you take that away from this show tonight. Not just that, you know, you guys were one of the people that got into the show, not that Josh and I got to play a show. I know that those are all cool things. But the one thing that can continue to help us is knowing that we're not alone in what it is we're going through. We've said that all the time at every show we've played, even if I'm just saying it to 2 other people who are out there. Now I'm saying it to 300 people, and it still means that much more. I want you to know you're not alone.
We're all together. I promise you're gonna get through it. We're all together. I promise we're gonna get through it. We're gonna move together.
Say while making those songs, and I found out that other people resonated with the words that I said and realized I'm not alone in what I'm going through. I want to know something. I think this is interesting. I'm going to ask you a question. I want to know the true answer. I don't want to hear you if you mean it. If you don't mean it, don't say it. Don't scream, don't yell. But if you mean it right now, in this moment, are you guys happy that you're alive tonight? Did you guys hear that? I mean, when you go out and you leave this show, maybe you'll forget the show, maybe you'll forget some of the songs or whatever. But I want you to know something. If there's one thing that you can remember, I want you to remember that sound that you guys made together. When you're wondering what's the point, what's my purpose, why am I alive? When you're trying to figure out if you should stay alive or not, just remember a room in St. Louis that you were in where a bunch of people said, "You know what? I'm glad that I'm alive." Okay, so remember that. Okay, can you remember that?
We need you.
And we love you.
We love you. Which, if you think about what love means, it means putting your needs before their needs before your own. And so
And I would.
if you need anything, you let us know.
Maybe you can use tonight to get back to that place you were at one point. It was better. It was happier. It was more carefree, more peaceful. Because right now life can suck sometimes. I want you to know, let's find the point together. Because right now there's a room full of people who decided that it was worth it to stay alive, at least for tonight. And I don't want you to forget that, okay?
Stay alive, everybody. It's worth it. But when you come to a show, you're celebrating. You're celebrating with thousands of people around you that you made it. You made it for that day. You made it for that show. And you're still kicking. You're still here. This is a safe place.
So stay alive because it's worth it, and don't kill yourself because that's not worth it. And I really mean that.
I get it. We're all kind of trying to figure this life out, and as long as you don't do anything stupid and to hurt yourself, then I won't, and we won't, and we'll continue, and we'll try to figure out some of the answers to these questions.
But I want you to know that you can leave it all here. And if anything, this room full of people is a testament that it's worth it to stay alive and keep going. So thank you for staying alive and keep going. Don't give up.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love you so much! Things are starting to pick up for us.